and welcome back to the Oklahoma Today podcast. I'm your host, Ben Lucian, and this week we are going to be visited by some ghosts of Christmas past. And it's not because we don't have a great understanding of the giving spirit of the holidays. Quite the contrary, actually. We are visiting with our friends at the Claremore Main Street organization. Every year they kick off the holidays with Dickens on the Boulevard, a fun holiday event that gets us all in the mood. We will be headed back to Victorian 19th century in just a moment. But first, a message from our friends at Visit Edmond.
Santa, we finally made it! Downtown Edmond, the best place to be during the holidays.
I have so looked forward to being here.
But Santa, I've got just one question. Did I make the good list this year?
Well, pretty good, but there's always room for improvement.
Okay, Santa, I can make it up to you. If I shop locally here in downtown Edmond, I think I can be a good boy this year.
That's a great plan. And Edmond is always the best place to shop for Christmas.
Well, let's do it.
All right.
Head to Edmond's Miracle on 2nd Street along historic Route 66 for all your holiday retail needs. Spread Yuletide cheer over a cup of joe at Cafe Evoke. Bring home North Pole decor with a visit to Sterling's. Or head to Bluebird Books for adorable stocking stuffers and books for everyone on your list. Find all holiday events and where to meet Santa at visitedmondok.com.
Santa, I had so much fun today, but I have to ask, where'd you get the sixth sleigh?
Hop in and I'll show you how to really fly.
Well, we are back in time in the Victorian era to learn a little bit about Dickens on the Boulevard. It kicks off the holiday season here in Claremore. One of the best times to visit Claremore. And these two lovely ladies right here, they're going to tell me all about it. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Brenda Reno.
Hello, I'm Vicki Boyd.
Yes, and we are going to learn about Dickens on the Boulevard here. But first, I just have to know about these outfits you're wearing. Very Victorian appropriate. What can you tell me about what you're wearing, I guess?
Well, today I am wearing what I would consider a casual day dress because I'm going to run some errands. So I have my purse and I have my gloves and I can go do some shopping. So what we try to do at Dickens on the Boulevard is dress as period as we can for the event, and it is derived from the 1800s. So each of us will pick our own outfits. It's a 2-day event, so typically we will change outfits. First day we'll have something maybe in red like Miss Vicki is wearing, and then we have some gorgeous outfits that we'll change into for Saturday's events. We love Dickens on the Boulevard. We like to bring out our hats, our gloves, our muffs, yes. That's what we call them. And we do some shopping all year long, and we plan this event all year long. So once we do have our November 21, 22nd event this year, we'll kick right back into planning for the next year.
And this is your shop here, Sailor Antiques and Collectibles, right?
Yes, sir. This is a historic building as well. It was built in 1902 as a hardware store. And this building this year, it's our first year to participate in the tour from the tops. We do several of our historic buildings that are on the National Historic Registry. We have two amazing ladies, Megan and Krista, that work really hard to depict the history of the building that will be on the tour, give all the details. We have a acting crew that comes in, and they will be in each building depicting either the owner or maybe a family of that building. And then we stroll down the street, and we'll hit all 4 stores and locations. Then they get to see areas that most generally the public will never, ever see. Right. So it is a paid event, and it always sells out. So you definitely want to get your tickets as soon as they hit our Facebook page.
Yes, absolutely. And we had to talk to Vicki as well. This dress is amazing. What can you tell us?
Well, this is a dress that I purchased from a Victorian website, and also my hat. And I will probably wear this one night during Dickens. I have another outfit that I will wear on the other night, and I'm a window sitter.
Yes. Yeah, what can you all tell us about the window sitting tradition?
Well, I have been sitting in a window I said since like 2003. Yes. And I sit in the window, and sometimes I just get kind of transfixed outside, and then I'll move, and somebody coming in will think I'm a mannequin, and when I move, they jump.
Yeah, that's kind of a part of Dickens on the Boulevard. You have, people sitting in the windows dressed in these period-appropriate garbs, right?
Yes, we have live window sitters in each window that will we're able to house a person in, and it's really fun for our window sitters to sit there, and they can be very still, like reading a book, and not move. And then if they do move, everyone outside is like, but we like to do that because they'll turn around and they get their pictures, with that backdrop. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. We even have fur babies in the windows at times, and this year we do have a fur baby that will be sitting in our window. I call on my family a lot for that, and dear friends. So there is someone in each window for 3 hours at night, and it's as you're strolling, you're going to see those. We have window sitters that do a period activity, such as a spinner or a weaver or even crocheting. There are some that do a tool work for us. We have I can't even think of all the activities we do.
Well, people who come to Dickens on the Boulevard are kind of expected to dress up, I guess, or they're encouraged to dress up. And there's a contest that you help judge, right?
Oh, I don't judge it. I enter it.
You enter it.
Yeah.
You enter it. Well, have you won the contest before? I would hope so.
I have won once. Yes.
Well, I hope this one wins. It seems, I don't know, but it seems award worthy to me. What else? So Dickens on the Boulevard is a long-standing tradition. In addition to all the people dressed up, I know a big part of it is the street dancing, right?
Yes, that is one of the favorite parts of the event for the public, for families. We have two ladies that come in, and they are what we call our street callers, and they'll be on stage, and they're calling out the steps for our participants. And the Victorian reel is the most favorite dance that they call, but they do some other activities, and they teach them as well if they don't know it. One of them will be out on the floor with the people and teach them how to do it and show them how to do it. It's a big circle, so last year it took up a block and a half just to do the circle, and it just grows and grows and grows as the night goes. It's a very, very popular event. Yes.
Is it a hard dance to learn? Like, would I be able to learn it?
You would be able to learn it because they tell you the steps. It's kind of like a line dance in a way, and then it's also kind of similar to square dancing. Come dressed if you want. We encourage that, actually. And then if you don't want to dress, you don't have to, but you can still participate in the dance.
Yes, a lot of great people watching, I'm sure, as well. So you have been involved with Dickens on the Boulevard for years. I guess, what can you tell me about, like, what is so great about it? It's such a unique tradition. Not many towns have something like this where you talk about, Dickens and the Christmas Carol and everything about that. So what do you look forward to it, and what do you hear from the people who come every year and enjoy it?
What I hear from everyone, having been down here for 13 years, I have seen the event grow dramatically. Last year we probably had around 10,000 people, both, combining the two nights together. What happened was when Carol, who had this business before me, she brought the event to downtown because she had seen something similar in a town that she lived at, and she encouraged all the businesses to participate, and dress and then have the contest. And I mean, they took it very, very seriously. I mean, very seriously. And so as the years have went by, people ask all year long, when is Dickens? When is Dickens? We don't want to miss Dickens. So, we plan the date. We tell them every year. It doesn't matter what day, number day. It's always the weekend before Thanksgiving, which is a perfect time for families that are hosting their family coming in from out of town for the holidays. It kicks off our Christmas shopping holidays, and also it brings families together. It gives them an activity to do with some of their loved ones that they haven't seen for a while. And then on the competitive side of it, we have people that come from other states, other towns, to enter the contest because they come in some of the most gorgeous outfits you have ever seen. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
And Vicki, I guess you look forward to dressing up. Is there anything else?
I just love being around Dickens. That's why I have gotten involved, because it's such a special time, and downtown becomes magical.
Well, I guess we'll wrap up here soon, but is there anything that you all are doing new this year that people need to check out?
Yes, we've added more sweet and savory locations for all of our people coming in, and that will also be in alignment with the Victorian era. And then we have some really cool ones that we're adding during the day, and that is a gentleman's contest, which is a beard and mustache contest.
Yeah, I wish I had more time to prepare. I could have entered.
And if you think about it, the Victorian era gentleman was a very dapper man. Yeah. And so we're looking forward to seeing everyone come and participate in that. And then another event that we're adding to the contest of dressing is Little Miss Dickens. So that's going to be our babies on up. And as we was talking earlier, we said, not only did the parents always dress really dapper for special events and social events, as those babies did too. So they had the carriages, they had the beautiful dresses as well. And so we're going to do that this year. Those two activities are new for this event, and we look forward to it growing.
Yes. This is just so impressive, and if you walked into any room these days, you'd be the best dressed person automatically. So.
We would hope so.
All right. Well, Dickens on the Boulevard, it is this weekend when this episode comes out, so it will be a lot of fun. And I'll see you all there, right?
All right. Yes, we'll be there, and we hope you come out and see us.
Yes. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. I was so glad I got to visit with them. And just as a reminder, Dickens on the Boulevard is coming up this week, November 21st and 22nd. And it's free to go check out in Claremore. Claremore's a great town.
It's a nice town. Yeah, they have a really nice downtown. That's going to be a fun event.
Yes.
It's nice during the whole year, but especially around Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, and Victorian Christmas is always so fun because so much of what we think of as Christmas kind of started then,
Right.
A lot of traditions began at that time.
Yeah, it just feels, even though this is in November before even Thanksgiving, it just feels right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the Oklahoma Today podcast. We are joined here by Editor-in-Chief Nathan Gunner and Senior Editor Carly Ibarra. How's everyone doing this week?
Excellent. I'm so happy to be back.
Carly's on the new set for the first time. Yay!
Yes. How do you feel about the new set, Carly?
Well, now that you allayed my fears that my head was going to disappear because I have blue hair, I'm good.
You will be just fine. No floating heads in this establishment. Not on
the regular.
Not on the regular. Right. All right, so Dickens on the Boulevard, a lot of fun. It was so great to visit with those folks, and it sort of got me thinking for question of the week. Charles Dickens, he is a famous writer, of course, has contributed many books to literary canon. So for our question of the week this time, I was thinking, what about our favorite literary classics? What are some of our books from literature that stand out to us? So, Editor-in-Chief Nathan Gunner.
It's a hard one because when I was a kid, my dad would actually post like lists of books for us to read, and it was always the classics. He always wanted us reading classics as kids, so I have a lot of them. I really loved anything where like high seas adventure was always really like Treasure Island, Robinson Crusoe, Swiss Family. I really wanted to be stranded on a deserted island when I was a child. That sounded like a lot of fun.
Man,
no
we'll
one
make
would
that
be
happen on a
bothering
future
me. Yeah, I bet. So I always liked those. And then as I got older, he's not he's not a shining example of humanity, but I love Ernest Hemingway's writing. A Garden of Eden, especially, which was never finished, actually, is I really, really loved reading that and had a really good time. So those are some of them, but like I loved a lot of the classics, like I loved Shakespeare, I loved The Scarlet Letter. There's a lot of things like William Faulkner I like a lot. So there's a lot of old classic literature that I'm a big fan of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, those are all great examples. Carly, what about you?
My favorite of all time has to be Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier,
Okay.
which is just, it's kind of spooky, but it's also really beautifully written, and there's a love story in there as well. Like, I don't know, it's just a really nice, well-rounded book. But anything by Jane Austen also. I love listening to the audiobooks for, Pride and Prejudice and Mansfield Park and all. I think I've listened to all of those a couple times.
Yes.
So
Good answer.
Those are good answers.
What about you, sir? What's yours?
Yeah, so I, like a lot of people, read a lot of classics in school, of course. But I think the most recent book that I read that could be called a classic was, which I didn't read in school, is A Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole, who actually, it's a hilarious book. If you haven't read it, it's about this very interesting, not very likable guy who considers himself a genius, but is kind of a slob. He has to do all these jobs in sort of a throwback version of New Orleans. It's really good. A lot of very funny characters written into that book. I had a whole lot of fun reading it. But the writer, it was published after his death. It went on to win the Pulitzer, but he never got to see any of that fame and fortune. Really.
That's a shame.
And there's kind of a curse. They've tried to turn it into a movie a bunch of times. They've had John Goodman was lined up for that role, but for a whole bunch of reasons, they haven't been able to make a movie out of it yet.
Wow,
So
that's interesting.
there's a waiting intellectual property out there for someone to capitalize on. I also like plays like The Crucible.
Yeah.
I love
that's a good
that.
one.
Raisin in the Sun. I loved reading that.
Oh, that was really fun to read it. There was one that I read. I wouldn't really consider it a classic, but it's a classic for me, and it actually did win a bunch of awards. It was The Search for Signs of Intelligent Life in the Universe.
Okay.
By Jane Wagner. It's Jane Wagner is Lily Tomlin's wife.
Oh, okay.
So it's a one-woman play that Jane Wagner wrote for Lily Tomlin. I read it the first time when I was about 15 or 16, and I, for many years, would read it once a year.
Yes.
It's a really good play. Yeah.
Cool.
And think about plays. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plays.
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
What about behind the camera? Chris, you're going to tell us about War and Peace, right?
The Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
What issue?
some of those are classic.
That swimsuit issue with Kathy Ireland on the cover does count. Yeah.
No, I think you could just parrot what Nathan said a lot of the books that I've read and that I liked. I really love Hemingway. I read all of his stuff, Dumas, a lot of them, but right now I'm currently in what's considered, I had to look it up to make sure, classics is the Patrick O'Brian, the Aubrey Maturin series. It's the French, it's the Revolution, but it's all the sailing stuff.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And so Master and Commander, the movie, was based on 3 of those books.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's that? The Napoleonic era.
Yeah.
And so it starts as historical fiction because it's 2 fake characters and fake people, but they're in real events.
Okay.
But then he just kept going. And so then it ends up being fiction altogether, but all the things are, accurate, and the sizes and the sails and all the cannons and all the stuff. And it's, anyway, it's just, that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm on book 17, there's 20.
Oh, wow.
And he passed away, I can't remember if it's 20 or halfway through 21 or whatever. But anyway, so, but I mean, we all should read good classics, right? There's a reason why there's
Absolutely,
classics.
Classics,
And,
yes.
I talk all the time, I don't say all the time, but it's funny, like Hemingway especially.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you're there, right?
Very much.
Writing makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, you can read
Yeah.
lots of novels, and I read a lot, but I mean, Hemingway and things like that, you can remember years later
Mm-hmm.
situations and characters. And I've not read Jane Austen, but I've heard a lot of things.
It's the same way.
Right?
Like, honestly, a lot of those books, nothing really happens. I mean, or not a lot
Same thing
really
in
happens,
Hemingway.
but yeah,
Yes.
it's so interesting and it's so evocative and the
Mm-hmm.
characters are so fun.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it, but it's just, you're just like, wow, that's fantastic. What's it about? Well, bullfighting, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Two people go to Europe and keep cutting their hair shorter and shorter and shorter.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But it's a joy to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I love
anyway,
books
that's
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Well, and this being the Oklahoma Today podcast, we should probably shout out some of the Oklahoma classics of literature.
Oh, man.
Housemaid of Dawn by
Housemaid of
M.
Dawn.
Scott Momaday. Definitely.
Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison is a
Outsiders,
must.
Nancy Hinton,
Cimarron by Edna Ferber.
Grapes of Wrath, Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I'd love it if people left in their comments.
Oh,
like,
absolutely, yes.
Yeah, your favorite Oklahoma classic and your favorite classic.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and especially if you've got if it's got a special meaning to you.
Yeah,
We'd love to hear about
I
that.
also want people to leave in the comments the ones they hate. I'll start. Moby
Oh,
Dick.
man. Yeah. There's
Hated it.
definitely. I
Just
think
hated it.
Everyone has a classic.
What classic did you suffer
hated
through
it.
in the ninth
Yeah.
grade?
What about
Yeah.
Old Man and the Sea?
Actually, it's my least favorite of all of Hemingway's books. Is that
I
which
really
my
like
dad
it.
is somewhere in the ether, just very disappointed in me right now because he tried for years to get me to read that book and I refused. And when I did, I hated it.
Yeah, Jennifer and I argued about it last night. I was like, that's probably at the top or right one or two. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, I hated that book.
I did
You
too.
know?
I absolutely loathed it.
That's
Did not
why I
like it
asked.
all.
Okay,
Yeah.
see that? Yeah.
There's a writer we had to read who will remain nameless on the show that I didn't have a great appreciation for. So.
Was it me? No, it wouldn't.
I
read it in
actually,
school.
I'm going to call Dickens out. A Tale of Two
Oh, okay.
Cities is boring.
I liked it. Did you not like it? Oh, I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was
Oh.
incredibly boring.
I thought Great Expectations was boring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
What about Poe? You guys read?
love Edgar Allan
Yeah,
Poe. I can't get
uh-huh.
enough Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
Do you know
Post
we were
that
talking about
here.
because it was Halloween recently, and if you want to hear the best reading ever of The Raven,
Sure.
this is not. I'm not even kidding. The best reading I've ever heard of The Raven is on the very first ever Simpsons Halloween special.
Really?
I'm not even joking you. Like the guy
Okay.
who's reading it is the creepiest thing you've ever seen. Like just the sound of his voice, he does it so well.
Okay.
Like, and there's comedy in it, but it's just the
Sure.
text of The Raven. Like it's you should go watch.
Okay.
It's
the
really
Raven
good.
is so cool. I mean, it could
Yeah.
almost be mentioned in this discussion.
Yeah.
Kind of short.
Yeah, but we were watching that Simpsons Halloween special over Halloween, and I was like, there's not a better reading of this
Okay.
poem than this that exists. I don't think.
Yes. All right. Well, those were some good answers. Leave your own answers in the comments. We will be right back with Podvents after a short break. At Shangri-La Resort on Grand Lake, the holidays come alive. This December, experience magical lakeside moments from jingle boat cruises to sleigh rides, Santa visits, holiday cocktails, and festive celebrations all month long. And when you book the Fa La La package, stay 3 nights and get your 4th night free, plus a special stocking surprise on arrival. This is where your holiday memories shine a little brighter and feel a little more magical. Visit ShangriLaOK.com for more information. Well, now it is time for Podvents. This is where we go through the TravelOK.com event calendar and pick out a few of our favorite gems. I think Carly's going to go first this time.
I was going to volunteer if you needed volunteers anyway.
These days it's only 2 people, so it just feels weird to get someone to volunteer.
Excellent.
So I
Well,
just choose.
Well, whatever order we go in, I'm excited to talk about this one. So it's the University of Central Oklahoma presents Kaleidoscope Dance Company, and it's going to be November 20th through 22nd, and each performance is at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $10 to $25 depending on where you want to sit. And if you want more information about it, the website is uco.edu/CFAD. And it's going to be a combination of modern dance, ballet, jazz, and some other stuff that they're not talking about yet. So they got to keep some of
Okay.
the secret. But there's going to be choreography by UCO faculty, students, and guest choreographers. So there's going to be all kinds of dancing. Basically, if you like dance and you want to support our local dance community, this is like the perfect event to go to. And it's going to be at Mitchell Hall on the UCO campus. So, yeah.
UCO alum right here.
Yeah. Did you ever go to any of the dance performances or anything? It would have never even occurred to me at the time, but now I'm like, that's such a great opportunity.
Yeah, I did not, but I did go to like shows there at UCO.
Yeah, they have a very lively like assortment of things. There's always stuff that's showing there, but yeah, this sounds really cool. I've never really been into dance until a few years ago. I started liking ballet more, and now I'm like really having fun like exploring, not myself dancing, but like watching the different kinds of dance and everything. Yeah. Yes, go see the people who are way better than me.
One of my really good friends just kind of was like, I need some kind of motion and exercise. My friend Casey, and started taking a dance class, like an adult dance class one night a week, and just had the best time. She loved it. So
that's so awesome.
You want to move your body. Dance is a great way to do it, you know?
Well, and if you're not sure if, it would be for you, seeing a performance like this would be so great, because these people are not, most of them are not necessarily going to be experts. These are a lot of students. And so if they can do it, you can probably do it too.
Yeah, that's cool. Colleges always have such good stuff going on.
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, if you're ever in a need to find an event, I mean, don't overlook those campus events.
Totally. Yeah.
Nate, what's your event?
Well, it is Halloween is behind us, as I noted earlier.
Aw.
I know, Carly. I'm sorry, but it is Christmas. And I'm really excited about this one. This is Woodward's Crystal Christmas. This is in Woodward at Crystal Park.
Yeah.
This is a really good one. So this is every night until December 31st, 6 to 10 p.m. And there will be so many things. See Santa, obviously. What's a Christmas event if you don't see Santa? But you can ride the Kiwanis train, which is like a Christmas train. That's
cool.
Fun. There's a 20-foot animated Christmas tree that lights up and does a little, like the show organized to music or set to music. There's sweet treats, there's snacks, there's a concession stand that I hear is absolutely amazing. And then 6 to 8 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays is when that's available, is when all that's available. And then there's also snowflakes and singing trees, and that's all courtesy of the Bentic Insurance Agency, and I wanted to be sure and note that. Visits with Santa are free. Kiwanis train rides are $1, and everything at the concession stand is $5 or less.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, right? So it's
Nice.
cheap. It's fun. You get to go to Woodward, where there's always a lot of cool stuff to do. And if you're in Woodward, this is just a total free tip, but I'm going to recommend Hector y Amigos. It's a Mexican restaurant downtown. Unbelievable. Get the chicken thing that comes in a pineapple. Oh, it's so good.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's Woodward's Crystal Christmas. And if you want more information, you can go to, this is on eventcreate.com. I just linked it from travelok.com. So if you just go to travelok.com and search for Crystal Christmas, you'll find the link. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild how we're already just... We're all in on talking about holiday stuff.
I love it, and I love small town Christmas events like that. Like Chickasha and Yukon get a lot of the love, and deservedly so. But it's really fun to go around to various small towns and check out the Christmas things that they do, because they're always really, really, really fun. I was just in Broken Bow yesterday, and they're putting their holiday decorations up in downtown Broken Bow, and it's already really pretty and ready to be done.
I mean, we talked on the last show about sort of like a downtown Christmas, how there's an air to that.
Yeah.
But small town Christmas, same thing.
Oh, small town Christmas is great. I love it. So go to Woodward. Go to Woodward Crystal
There's
Christmas.
a reason there's like 1.7 million Hallmark movies about that.
That's right. Yeah. 6 to 8 p.m. Through December 31st.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Very cool.
Yep.
So when I say the words rock fest, well, sort of what comes to your mind?
Beautiful gemstones.
Beautiful gemstones. Yes, that is one interpretation of it. Nathan, do you have?
All I could think is I'm going to party with the Fraggles.
Yes. Well, and a lot of people might even think of rock music. Those
Yeah.
are kinds of rock fests.
Rock and roll.
But this is my event is Rockfest, literally called Rockfest, but it's a Rockfest of a different sort. We're dealing with heavy metal of a different variety. This is a off-roading motorcycle fest.
Not what I thought you were going to say.
Out in Davis at in the Arbuckle Mountains.
Cool.
Yeah. So basically, what Rockfest is just an opportunity. Whether you are sort of new to off-roading or you have some experience with it and need a challenge, Rockfest is the place for you. They close off their entire Crossbar Ranch in Davis from the dates of November 19th to the 23rd. And in the beginning of the week, they have these guided sort of rides you can go on. So if you're sort of new and getting into the sport, you can rent a motorcycle and just go out there and try off-roading, with a guide. And there's not going to be anyone else in the park who's going to be annoyed with you or anything. Or if you are a more experienced rider, it's also a great opportunity for you. One of the reasons is because on Saturday they're going to open up their challenge course, the Rockfest Ramble. Yes. So people can sort of compete for the best time on the challenge course. There are also camping will be open. They'll have like primitive campsites and RV hookups for you. So yeah, if you're into off-roading or want to get into off-roading, then Rockfest is the place for you. It's November 19th through the 23rd at Crossbar Ranch near Davis. And you can find more information about that online. But
That's awesome.
Wait, what does the rock refer to?
the rock of it's off-roading in the Arbuckle Mountains. So
It's a really.
there's, like, rocks
I've been there
around.
actually. The terrain there really is rocky.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
went.
it is literal rocks. that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
We went
Not
drive.
gemstones.
Oh.
We went down there one time and drove Polaris ATV around that property, and it's like thousands of acres. I don't remember. I want to say it's 6,000 something acres. It's huge, and it's gorgeous. It's very, very, very pretty.
And I said that this is
It's a really, really.
this
scenic
is good
place.
for beginners, and that is true.
Yeah.
But don't get it twisted. Like there's some very challenging terrain out there.
There is.
So
yeah.
it's really for all skill sets.
I like that they have like a day where you can just be a beginner and no one's there, right? Because that's the hardest part sometimes about being a beginner is like you feel like you're in everybody's way who actually knows what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I like that. That's a good thing. That's a way to go, Crossbar Ranch.
Yes,
good idea.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you want to add some magic to your winter? Enter to win a 2-night getaway to Lawton Fort Sill. You could stay at the Hilton Garden Inn with 4 tickets to Holiday in the Park and a $50 gift card to Hatch Early Mood Food. Or you could win a second getaway, a cozy stay at Casa Cowgirl Airbnb, 4 more Holiday in the Park tickets, and a $50 gift card to Toast and Jam. Don't wait. Enter now for your chance at a magical Lawton Fort Sill escape.
All right, and now it's time for star of the show, and I have to give it to the people of Claremore Main Street. They're
Heck
so
yeah.
welcoming to
They
us,
deserve
and
it.
just Dickens on the Boulevard. Really cool.
Man. And it's Route 66 time.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's exciting, too.
It's the time to go to Claremore for
Yeah.
sure.
Can I also say just
okay.
about the Dickens events? Like, I love A Christmas Carol, and like, there is no Christmas story that resonates more with me around Christmas time than A Christmas Carol. This like idea that we can change and that love can like grow our
It
hearts
is
and all that
such
stuff.
a great story.
And I just love like I feel like Dickens on the Boulevard is kind of like the changing point where we switch from like normal to like this, I don't know, elevated kind of thing that happens around Christmas time where people seem a little happier, and
Yes.
some people, not everyone, but it's, I don't know, the
There's
spirit,
some
it's just
Scrooges.
really, it's just really nice. It's a nice time of year. So.
I like that. That's
Really is.
That's really cool, Carly.
Yes. Well, thank you, Carly. And now
That was really lovely.
now we will close the show because this is all we've got for you this week. And it has been the show known from here to Lone Grove, home of pixie dust, sweets, and gifts, as the Oklahoma Today podcast. Head to oklahomatoday.com or pick up our latest issue on newsstands right now. You can send your feedback to oktpod@travelok.com. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Goodbye.
Some things never change.